thank the member for Ryan, and I call the member for Warringah.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I rise today to congratulate Rotary for 100 years of service to the people of Australia. In this centenary year, Rotary has 30,000 members across more than 1,000 local clubs. I'm very proud of the fact that 5 of those clubs are in Warringah: Rotary Club of Mossman, Rotary Club of Manly, Balgowlah Rotary, the Rotary Club of DY Warringah and Brookvale Rotary. I will come to the work each of those clubs shortly, but at this stage I want to acknowledge the 50 years of community service provided by members of Frenchs Forest Rotary. Sadly, this club wound up and handed back its charter just last month, which is incredibly sad. But I thank those members for their service over the last 5 decades. We all acknowledge that the work of Rotary nationally and internationally is well known, perhaps most notably for their incredible dedication to their goal to eradicating polio from the world. But I'd like to use my time to focus on the incredible and much valued work of local clubs. We know that there's so many acts of service that these wonderful Rotarians do in our communities, but to highlight just a few to the House. The Rotary Club of Mossman. I recently had the tremendous honour of joining them for their presentation of Living for Climate Champion Awards. Rotary Club of Mossman is leading the way. The project asks Rotarians and the general community to make simple changes in their lives that will reduce their impact on the climate and emissions. I'd like to again congratulate the winners who collectively pledged to save more than 75,000 kilos of carbon from their everyday activities. Rotary Club of Manly is another incredibly active club in our local community, probably most famous for its annual Manly Fun Run, which has raised over $1.5 million for local charities over the last decade or so. On behalf of those many charity groups that receive that generous support, I say a huge thank you. Balgowlah Rotary is also incredibly active. Local charities, schools and businesses have very much benefited from their tremendous work. This club has a particular emphasis on youth, providing support and mentoring to 2 local high schools, Balgowlah Boys High Schools and McKellar Girls High School. They support the Youth Business Week and Youth Science Challenge in those schools and fund students from the schools to attend numerous initiatives such as the Rotary Youth Driving Awareness Program. We also have the Rotary Club of DY and Warringah, which is very famous for organising our thong throwing contest at DY Beach, I should say, every Australia Day. But I'd like to also highlight their wonderful work within the Pride of Workmanship Awards, when they recognise people who go above and beyond in their workplace and in the community. And finally, Brookvale Rotary, who for almost 3 decades have been running the ever-popular pub-to-pub event, but is being relaunched this year and now it will be the Beach-to-Beach charity fun run, to reflect the true family character and scenic location of this iconic event. I'm proud to be an ambassador of this charity fun run, and I encourage many of my parliamentary colleagues, if you're up in the beaches, to join up. It will be on 22nd August, COVID permitting, of course. And I have participated in the Beach to Beach at various times, and it actually finishes in the member for McKellar's electorate, and hopefully we will see him running as well. During COVID, I think it's really important that the COVID pandemic has shown just how important that community service from so many organisations, how important that work really is. The pandemic and the lockdowns, and sadly the current outbreak that is now impacting Sydney, hits clubs, especially Rotary clubs, very hard. It means the clubs aren't able to meet. It means they're depriving members of that really important social interaction, but it also really severely impacts on their ability to engage in all of their traditional fundraising events, especially the sausage sizzles, the trivia nights and selling raffle tickets at local shopping centres. They have shown incredible innovation and creativity, though, in these difficult times. They've learnt to show up on Zooms. They've done so many other ways. They've done virtual cocktail parties. One local club even organised a project to collect verbal histories for elderly residents in isolation in order to keep them occupied and pass on their local stories to new generations. So thank you so much to all those Rotary clubs in Warringah for the amazing work.
I thank the member for Warringah and I call the member for Barker.